Hey everybody, this is a video on putting a remote reservoir into an Audi S5. The Audi S5 has direct injection, which unfortunately for this gentleman's vehicle, number 5 and 8 had to be replaced. These are the actual injectors. You notice it's like a normal injector. That's because this engine is, again, direct injection. The Audi S5, being that it's direct injection, has no fuel running over the intake valves, so they tend to use and get gummed up from all of the oils from the PCV system. That oils, of course, turns to a hard, crusty carbon on top of the valves, which really diminishes flow. Because we had to do the injectors in it anyway, this gave us the opportunity to actually clean up the valves. This is actually the buildup on one of the intake runners. This vehicle only had around 70,000 miles on it. So once we gained access to it, we used walnut shells crushed real finely with a sandblaster and a special cover unit over it to get them clean. However, we found that the walnut shells themselves, because of the wet nature of some of the carbon that was on them, didn't really want to clean it off that well. So we used a toothbrush and some carburetor cleaner, and this is how they actually turned out, and then used the walnut shells, and that gave it a much cleaner look and got all the residue off of them, which leads to the main reason why we need to make these PCV modifications.
Which is that the PCV system is just a plastic tube. It's semi-corrugated. This one we've actually cut it, and it goes from this area back here through here and then goes into here. So what we've done, instead of, they do make one for this car, it's about $600+. I'm more about making stuff than I am just buying pre-made stuff, and that made my neighbor really happy because he didn't really feel like putting out $600. What I did is he ordered a simple little catch can, an oil catch can off of the internet. It's got a little dipstick tube in it. It's a really nice unit. I think he paid maybe $30 for it. We then built a bracket that attaches to the power steering reservoir holder. Made it out of aluminum, and then just drilled a hole through here and put a little Allen there. But that gives it a nice firm connection point. And then got some hosing. And what we did here is, because of the very special types of fittings that they use, we ended up having to heat the plastic up, which allowed it to slide right off of this fitting. And then we were able to get a barbed connector from Ace, Home Depot, or any of those that matched about the size of the hole. I cut the threads down a little bit and then sealed it in place with, it's called Right Stuff. And then I used heat shrink wrap on it and on the one back there, so that it has a completely weather-tight seal, and I don't have to worry about any vacuum issues or anything like that that might form. Not to mention, it just has a much more clean look to it. And that's what we did to solve the fact that this thing just pipes oil right onto your valves and it gums them all up. He'll put some miles on it, and hopefully that'll have taken care of it.